and gentlemen, even as the barbaric atrocities against minorities, particularly the Hindus, on the streets of Bangladesh continue, Dhaka has provoked New Delhi once again. This time, a court in Bangladesh has set free a former terror-accused minister, Abdus Salam Pintu. He's not only accused of funding terror activities in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, but has also played an instrumental role in the recruitment and training of terrorists in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This terror-accused minister was in jail for 17 years after being convicted in the 2004 plot to assassinate Sheikh Hasina, and now the Yunus government has set him free. This India baiter is now a free man. Meanwhile, Bangladesh's foreign ministry has stated that it's awaiting a response from India regarding the request for the extradition of Sheikh Hasina. Can you believe it, viewers, that now Pintu is being released, and that in its approach to cater to radical elements, what Bangladesh is forgetting is India's global position and the many ways that India could reprimand Bangladesh if it wanted to. As the clamour for iron fist approach by India grows louder, many believe it is time for New Delhi to draw the line. But let's also deep dive into who exactly is Abdus Salam Pintu, a former minister in the BNP government. Pintu's links with terror cannot be overlooked. Not only did he fund the terror outfit Harkat-ul-Jihad al-Islami, but also helped the terror outfit procure weapons, even train terror recruits. Pintu also faces charges of plotting attacks across India and funding terrorism in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. He was also convicted in 2004 for planning a bomb attack on Awami League rally. The attack killed 24 people and left more than 300 injured. It was during this rally that the plot was orchestrated to kill Sheikh Hasina. Following that deadly attack, Pintu was sentenced to death in 2018. But thanks to the Muhammad Yunus government's inkling towards extremist elements, he's now a free man. But remember, viewers, this is not all. The very Bangladesh that India once helped liberate is now flexing its muscles at New Delhi. 2 days ago, on Monday, Dhaka sent a note verbale in connection with an extradition request for Sheikh Hasina. Responding to that matter, Indian government sources confirmed to have received a note verbale from Bangladesh High Commission. However, they have refused to offer any comments on this matter just yet. And today, Dhaka has said that it would send a reminder letter to New Delhi if the Indian government does not respond to the diplomatic note sent regarding the extradition of the ousted Prime Minister. This extradition row is just one of the many ways Dhaka has been pricking the bubble for New Delhi ever since Sheikh Hasina's ouster and Yunus administration's takeover. Just to name a few, earlier this year, on 28th of August, the Yunus administration revoked the ban against terror outfit Jamaat-e-Islami. 2 days later, the Yunus administration set free Jashimuddin Rahmani, the chief of the Islamist outfit Ansarullah Bangla team. On 6th of December this year, Bangladesh border guards entered the Indian territory and halted the renovation of a temple in Assam. Even the forces are now hands in glove with radical elements, and this has come as a major concern for New Delhi. Earlier this month, Bangladesh even discounted India's role in the 1971 war, saying that India was merely an ally and nothing else. And just yesterday, a court in Bangladesh set free another India baiter accused to fund terror in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Abdus Salam Pintu. Is it time for India to now adopt an iron fist approach? That's a question we'll be posing to our guests in just a bit.
The relation would not be normal if Sheikh Hasina is staying there. So that's the prime issue for the Dr. Yunus-led interim government to take back Sheikh Hasina and face to her for judicial process.
With that, let me take the opportunity to introduce our esteemed panelists. I'm joined in by Ambassador Pinak Ranjan Chakrabarti, who's a former Indian ambassador to Bangladesh and former secretary at the MEA, Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhry, who's the editor at Blitz, which is a renowned Bangladeshi newspaper, Mr. Saddam Hussain, who's a higher council member at the Gono Odhikar Parishad. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in. Saddam, if I could begin with you, let's get down to brass tacks, since this is what the show is called. What explains the release of an India beta like Pintu, who also was earlier behind bars for plotting to kill Sheikh Hasina, the former Prime Minister?
Is that to me?
No, that question's for Saddam Hussain. Saddam, can you hear me?
Yes, can you repeat please?
I just want to ask you a very basic question. What explains the release of Pintu, who we all know is a terror accused? He's an India beta, also plotted to kill Sheikh Hasina.
Thank you very much for the question, and thanks to the audience who are watching us. First of all, I want to ask you, who said Mr. Pintu terror? You or the people of Bangladesh or the court of Bangladesh? This should be classified first. I think what you say is about somebody cannot be justified, cannot be the standard of justification of what should I say, that it cannot be the yardstick of measuring anything. So you, in your words, he is a terror, but our court, which is totally free now, finds that he is not a terror. Rather, he has been put into the jail unethically, unlawfully, with a baseless in a baseless case. That's why court bailed.
All right. So,
him.
Saddam Hussain, are you saying that when he was behind bars for all these years, 18 years to be precise, the judiciary was biased, the judiciary of Bangladesh? You could be, you can question the governments, the regime changes, but are you questioning the judiciary of your country? And when you're saying, no, Saddam Hussain, let me make my point. When you're saying that we are calling him a terror accused, I'll tell you why we are calling him a terror accused. Because the Huji chief, Hanan, who's no more, he was executed in Bangladesh in 2017, he had named Pintu as part of the terror plot to kill Sheikh Hasina. And he had, in fact, shared that entire account to the junior home minister back then, Lutfuzzaman Babar. I have that information over here. It's all over the records. Are you going to question that?
Yes, I do. I do question that, because the event you are mentioning, which happened in 2004, on 21st August 2004, was a stage show from Awami League or the then opposition party, so that they can grow popular.
All
and
right.
they can earn people's sympathy. And Hasina and her party did this sort of stage shows in earlier times, several times, and they killed their men to gain popularity, to gain sympathy from the people. This is a very common
Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhry, I want to bring you
Hasina
in.
and her
I
party.
want to bring you in because this is now just bordering on whataboutery. And is this what Bangladesh is getting reduced to? People justifying terror accused, people justifying these hardliners. Are we now also questioning that Pintu was not even associated with Huji Bangladesh?
Thank you very much, Akanksha ji. First of all, Yunus is the top patron and facilitator of Al-Qaeda, Islamic State, Pakistani ISIL, and all sorts of jihadist outfits in this country. And under his illegal regime, these courts, the so-called judiciaries in this country, it has become kangaroo courts. Now, if you say Pintu is innocent, yes, in the eyes of Yunus, Pintu is innocent. In the eyes of Yunus, Jashimuddin Rahmani, he is also innocent. And if Osama bin Laden was also in Bangladesh currently in prison, he would also be innocent. Because in the eyes of a jihadist, in the eyes of a terrorist, another jihadist is innocent. So that is exactly what they are trying to say. And what they are trying to say, that we are giving him the bad name of a terrorist. He has been convicted by the court in this country. Now, if they say those courts are biased, what about to these courts? These are more than biased, because how a terrorist like Jashimuddin Rahmani was released from this prison in this country? How Pakistani vessels?
Mr. Salahuddin, I have a question to you.
Shut up!
I have a
Don't
question
talk.
to you. Just a
Shut
question.
up! Don't talk. I'm
Saddam
talking.
Hussein,
Don't talk. Just don't talk.
No, Saddam
Shut
Hussein,
up.
what is the question that you would like to pose? I'll happily take it up. I'll happily take it
Let
up.
me finish first.
Just
And
a
in this
question
country-
is just a question that
Akamsha ji, you have to
whether
mute him.
Mr. Salahuddin
I-
termed Sheikh Hasina the killer of thousands of youngsters, thousands of young
you are bringing this
bodies.
kind of
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
No, no,
Saddam
not
Hussein,
you,
no.
not you. I
Going
want
by
to
the
know
admission
I want to know the answer
going
from
by
Mr.
the admission
Salahuddin.
of Muhammad
Who-
Yunus himself, these are political incidents. And the attacks that were happening
No, no, no,
were
this
attacks
cannot-
targeting
this
the
cannot be- this
Awami
cannot be
League
political
in
incident.
August of
It is the
2024.
plan-
That is
it is the
what
plan-
Muhammad Yunus himself has
it is
said,
the
that these
plan
are
killing.
political
It is the
incidents when he
plan
was asked
killing.
about these attacks
cannot
against the
be political
minorities.
incident.
That's when you call it political incidents.
It
And
cannot
when
be
you
political incidents.
and then on the other hand, you give assurances that Hindus in Bangladesh are safe. How can they be safe?
Not a single Hindu has been. Not a single Hindu.
No,
has
I'm
been
not going
killed in
to
Bangladesh
waste my time
during
over
the
this.
regime of
Ambassador
Yunus.
Chakrabarti,
And after
we are
the-
talking about, Bangladesh, it's becoming a bargaining chip of sorts. They're saying you must help us to extradite Sheikh Hasina. But what is the guarantee that Sheikh Hasina is now going to be even safe if she is extradited, when you have people like Pintu who in fact plotted to kill her? They've all been released.
Well, one thing is very clear to me, having served 6.5 years in Bangladesh, that this government, led by Professor Yunus, has joined hands with the Islamists, the BNP, Jamaat, and others, all the anti-Awami League, groups and parties, and hence the agenda is very clear. The agenda is very clear because you can see how the judiciary is behaving in clearing, acquitting. They are now acquitting after so many years all these people who were convicted by the same judiciary. So now I don't know how you want to look at this, but you can say that judiciary was biased. So then we can say that this judiciary is biased. Anyway, that's a futile argument. But the fact is, the political decisions that have been taken to release these people show a particular trend. We are noting this trend. I think the government of India is very, very clear, and they are noting this trend. It's also very clear that they want to bring back all these people into the political landscape again, so that they can fight elections, etc. And the Awami League, which has been on the run and have been hounded and killed, and they don't want the Awami League to actually participate in the election. And some of the demands that I have seen is that even the Awami League should be banned. Anyway, that is their decision, whatever they wish to do. And as far as I am concerned, we will be watching the situation. We have not reacted angrily, or we have not reacted with any, force. But I think, coming just the last point on the extradition issue, I think Bangladesh has every right to ask for extradition of Hasina. But the question is whether that extradition meets the standards of the extradition treaty.
Yes.
It's all very well to blow your horn and say we want Hasina back. But there is a process, there is a legal process, and there is no time limit for India to respond. please read. Those who keep shouting in Bangladesh probably haven't even read the extradition treaty.
Yes, I was about to come to that.
I have a question to him.
No, Saddam Hussein.
I'm not going to answer this joker's question, okay? I don't know where you got him from.
Should I ask him?
It's a model of how Bangladesh is responding to the recent
should I
changes.
Should I ask him a question?
Ambassador Chakrabarti. And what is the guarantee, Salahuddin, that once, as the ambassador has also been referring to the UN Model Extradition Treaty, which says that a country can refuse extradition if there is no guarantee to the safety of the person being asked for extradition in the country that the person will be extradited to. If they are going to be subjected to any cruel forms of torture, or if there's harm to their life, then India very much is in its place to deny that extradition. What is the guarantee that after all of these recent releases that we are seeing, the primary one being of Pintu, how will the Bangladesh interim government ensure the safety of Sheikh Hasina? Salahuddin.
Thank you very much, Akanksha ji. A few hours ago, BNP, one of the BNP leaders was saying, when he was asked that Sheikh Hasina may return to Bangladesh, he said, send her for 1 hour and see what happens to her. Meaning, sending Sheikh Hasina into the tiger's den so that she can be
BNP is not running the government.
Finished. And you see these kind of people, Saddam Hussein, this kind of people, the party, they don't have even fractional vote in this country. They don't have the capacity of winning even 1 seat out of 300 seats. And these are the hooligans of Yunus. These are the low-graded people, third-class people,
I'm
like
nobody,
Taliban. They are behaving like Taliban. And in this
nobody
country,
of the government,
these
Mr.
are the
Salahuddin.
idiots, Taliban, and hooligans, and criminals, and terrorists. They are ruling this country. Who is Saddam Hussein? His party does not have any ability of even getting 1 seat out of 300 seats. And he is appearing here. Who is he?
We did not have
He
the
does
scope.
not
We did
represent
not
the
have the
people of
scope to
Bangladesh.
contest.
He does not know.
We did not have the scope to contest. Mr.
Yunus
Salahuddin.
is sending his hooligans and thugs and terrorists just to create atmosphere, and he's abusing India.
Although you are a Bangladeshi, you
How
are
dare?
totally ignorant
He
of the
is
Bangladeshi
an
politics. I know.
illiterate.
Saddam Hussein,
illiterate.
I'm just going to ask you one question. How ignorant are you that you are defending a man like Pintu, who we all know was associated with Huji Bangladesh? That has been proven. It's been proven that the Huji Bangladesh was conducting terror attacks between 2002 and 2009. So much so that Huji Bangladesh has also been held responsible for the Samjhauta Express blasts at the American Center in Kolkata, at the STF in Hyderabad. What all are you going to defend? And as I said, the former chief, Hanan himself, has admitted
let me
that
answer
weapons
first.
were supplied.
You are not letting me to answer. Let me answer first one. It's proven to you about Mr. Pintu because you, the people who are calling massacre has been happening here in Bangladesh against the minorities, but not a single minority figure
So
has
going
been found
going
dead
by your
after the fall
claims,
of
India
Hasina
is
regime.
calling, and let me tell you,
You are
Huji
disturbing
Bangladesh.
me. You are
No.
disturbing me.
Huji Bangladesh
You are not letting me to clear.
is a terrorist organization. India doesn't say it. America joins us in saying so as well.
All of the Indian media are telecasting and spreading the news that massacres has been happening here.
Of course they have been happening.
But
What are you talking about?
Not
Of course massacres have been happening. Are you saying that Hindu temples have not been defaced? Are you saying that Hindus have not been killed?
You are not letting your audience to hear me.
Ambassador Chakrabarti,
No,
no, because I'm not going to allow misrepresentation of facts here on this show. And that is why I'm not going to allow you to speak over here. Ambassador Chakrabarti, is this the new face of Bangladesh? Is Saddam Hussein representative of that?
Yes, indeed, he is, because, and I believe that even Professor Yunus is, because he's joined hands with these kind of people in doing what is happening in Bangladesh. I mean, I am very, very surprised. used to know Professor Yunus, and I've met him many times. And so as a diplomat, I would like to understand, why is this happening? Why is Professor Yunus? I mean, is it only because Hasina did certain things, etc.? What about the country, country's image, the country's, democratic institutions? Obviously, they don't have democratic institutions. The judiciary. I mean, is it normal for a country that some people go to the Supreme Court and ask all the Supreme Court judges to resign? Have you ever heard about this? Anywhere in the world? They call it a revolution and all kinds of things. Well, I don't know, but if they wish to go down
illegally
this road,
wanted
if they
to
go down
make a
this road,
judicial
they will
coup.
have to
That's
suffer.
why
There will be
people was
consequences
demanding.
for these actions ultimately in the future. Whoever is leading it and whoever is guiding all this process, and of course, Mr. Yunus is obviously succumbing to that pressure of various forces who are saying, do this, do that. I think it's not going to be good for Bangladesh. And as somebody who has been in Bangladesh, has a lot of friends, and I believe that that India wishes well. India does not want Bangladesh to become a failed state or anything like that. Because
No, but
that
they
is
do want, going by what Mahfouz Alam has to say, they do want Indian territories to become part of Bangladesh. Saddam Hussein, what gives Mahfouz Alam that kind of confidence when you can't afford your own country, the confidence that Indian territories should become part of Bangladesh, and then you delete that post. And then
No.
your interim government says that, oh, we are not supporting this.
It was misinterpretation by you.
All right, if it was misinterpreted by us, why did Mahfouz Alam even delete that post?
He did not
He's
mean.
deleted that post.
He did not mean to extend our territory. He did not mean that. Rather, he meant that in future, what may happen, we don't know. But he wanted to.
You're really not taking this discussion forward. Salahuddin Chaudhary, if I could quickly bring you in. All these anti-India moves, whether it is the release of Jaish-e-Mohammed Rahmani, who plotted to attack India, or it is revoking the ban on Jamaat, the attacks on Hindus, and now the release of Pintu,
will you not
where is this headed to, especially after we've seen the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri make that visit to Bangladesh? Is Bangladesh even interested in resurrecting its time-tested ties with India? Salahuddin Chaudhary.
Bangladesh currently is under the control of Al-Qaeda, Islamic State, Pakistani ISIL, and other Islamic forces, and they are doing what they should do. And these people like Saddam Hussein, they are trying to glorify organizations, terrorist organizations like Harkatul Jihad, which is designated by the US. And I am calling upon my US friends
you were just ignorant of Bangladesh. You were
these
just
people
immediately for India or someone.
Individuals like Saddam Hussein and his leaders, they must be designated because they are glorifying Harkatul Jihad.
It's unfortunate that we have frogs in the well like Saddam Hussein, and perhaps that is going to spell the doom for Bangladesh. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in, and that's all from my side. Thank you so much for watching Brass Tacks.